Hello all, today I will show how to make a idli batter in a very easy way with just three ingredients. I have taken the dal here, urad dal or the whole urad dal, and this is called idli rava, means it is the broken idli. You'll get this in the shops ready made. So first we will take 3/4 cup here. I'm taking little extra urad dal than normal because I've seen that the idlis become more soft and fluffy if you put a little extra. So we will take this, and then we will take here 2 cups of the idli rava. Also, this is not the suji rava. This is the broken rice, so it is called idli rava. I will show the picture also. And here I'm taking around 2 cups. And notice that I have taken it in a separate box. I'm not going to soak them together. So now we are going to soak this for roughly 4 to 4.5 hours. So let it soak nicely, and it's better if we do it separately. Yeah, if you're in a hurry, you can do it together. Not that it matters. But from the urad dal, you've seen that the urad dal has nicely increased in its size, and it becomes very soft. So after this, we are going to take what is called poha. I use thin poha here, and it's better to take the thin poha. It's also called flattened rice. There's no need to pre-soak this. You can just do it at the time you're ready to grind the batter. So even just 5 to 10 minutes is more than enough. Just take the water and just soak this and keep it by the side when you're grinding. Okay, so I'm going to start the grinding here. Today I have used a mixie, but if you're more used to a wet grinder, that is also fine. But since this is a very quick process using the idli rava, it is advised to also use the mixie for quicker, faster processing. So I have added here, another tip is I've added here water from the fridge. I've seen that this is very useful when you're using the mixie, which generates a lot of heat. So I have taken this and I have started grinding it. You see that it needs a little more time. So I'm going to just put it back and probably let it run for around maybe another 2 to 3 minutes more. Okay, now we can see we got a nice batter, nice and smooth, totally maybe around 4 to 5 minutes. And let us transfer this into a container. It has a nice pouring consistency. So we can go to the next part of this. Absorbs a lot of water. So take out all the water. I've seen some people squeeze it, but for me, I prefer this method as it's a bit more faster. Also filtering the poha that we had soaked earlier, transferring it back to the mixie jar, and now we are going to grind it again. Okay, so now let us bring this to a grind and make it a nice paste. So we leave it in the mixie maybe for around 3 to 4 minutes. And now let us check to see. Yeah, so if you see now I got a nice smooth paste, nice and frothy. So I added with little water I added, and we're going to check the consistency. It is a proper pouring consistency. So I'm adding little extra water from washing the mixie, and the consistency is very important here to get the softer idli. It shouldn't be too thick, it should not be too runny. So and then mix it nicely because it has to mix with the urad dal paste also. And then we can prepare it like this for the next stage. Yeah, it's a proper pouring consistency, like a thick gravy. You can see over here. For fermentation, you can use whatever works for you. If you're in a hot place like India, you can do it outside. Just leave it, cover it, and leave it as like this. but I'm using instant pot today. Some people I know also use the oven. That also works very well. So here I put little water in the base, and I'm using the instant pot. So my instant pot has a yogurt setting. So I'm using the yogurt setting. I usually do not change anything. It goes on for 8 hours. Usually start the grinding in the morning. It's ready by evening. The batter has finished to ferment here. So if you see, it has nicely risen over here. You can see by the volume itself it has become bigger. I add salt usually at this stage. I feel adding salt in the starting itself, it does not ferment properly. So I like to add it in the end and give it a nice mix. This also helps to settle, the urad dal and the rice because they tend to become layers. So it becomes nice and smooth if you give this one a good mix. And now you can see the batter is also still a nice pouring consistency. Again, as I said, not too watery, not too thick. It should be like this. And now, yeah, we are ready. We can start making the idlis. So I'm using both the regular idli plates as well as the mini idlis. My kids love mini idlis. So though it takes more time to pour it in that, it's worth the time and the patience. So let me start now. And I also use an oil spray to grease the pan. You can use a regular method to oil the pan. It just makes it out, scooping it out easier. Um, so after that, just fill up the plates with the idlis, and we will get ready to steam them now. Here I have the idli vessel with a little water here. First, make sure that the steam comes out. A mistake people do is they directly put it. Don't do that. First, let it steam. Then you can put the plates over here and then cover it. And I am going to steam it for around 5 minutes because it's not the full capacity. So I'm putting a timer because I just do this and go off and do other things. So for me to remember, and once the 5 minutes are over, I just let it sit for another 10 minutes here. Now you can see that they have steamed nicely. Now I'm going to take them out. You can let it cool a little bit. It makes it easier for it to come out. But my kids are hungry, so I'm going to scoop it out now. And you see how nice and soft and fluffy they have come. It's also quite easy to just scoop them. Okay, this one plate idli should be sufficient for my son. He's around 4 years. But for my daughter, she needs a little extra. I'm also drizzling a little bit homemade ghee on it so that to give my son little healthy fats. He's a poor eater. And also sugar, without which, though I know it's unhealthy, he will not eat. It's ready to serve now. How do you like the idlis? I want another fork. Oopsie. Do you like the idlis? Can you say thumbs up if you like it? Good job. Can you say thank you? Thank you. Say bye. Bye. Say, look at the camera and say bye. Look here and say bye.